Hello once again, players of good video games. My name is Pell, and this is once again coming from my white room. Now, today I'm going to be talking about a 2K games title called Spec Ops The Line. And this game was one that I rented, so obviously I don't have the case for it to show you, but you saw in the first 4 seconds of the video what it looked like. So, this game came out last year, 2012, so it's about a year old. I'm reviewing it now because I rented it, and it's a really good game. It's still very much a great story and everything like that. Getting right into it, we have a team of 3 main characters for the most part. One, which is mainly significant, and his name is Walker. He's the leader of this Delta Force, and his mission in the game, along with his other 2 teammates, is to go into the city of Dubai and rescue this guy named Conrad's 33rd Division squad, which has lost contact with everyone. And so they do this, him, Adams, which is one of his teammates, and then Lugo, who is kind of a smart-ass type person. They start going into this city. They get attacked by these random people, these random citizens, and from there they find U.S. soldier bodies, and so they start to investigate. They pursue further. They help a fellow squad of soldiers, and they kind of just find themselves intermingled in this whole affair which is going on in Dubai. It's essentially this big war that's going on. Without spoiling too much, because players will figure this out by I think mission 4. Basically, the 33rd Squadron has taken over Dubai, and they've basically gone rogue. There was a civil war in between them, and the side that won took over Dubai, and is essentially running the whole place, while executing citizens and treating them like crap and everything like that. The citizens, seeing that the Delta Force is American as well, they start shooting at them, thinking that they are the enemy and not the people who are sent here trying to save them. So that is a very interesting thing and dynamic that happens in the game. In terms of graphics, the graphics in this game are actually really, really nice. They're a year old, but they still look really good for being a year old, I guess. The in-game graphics as well as the cutscenes are really well done. Environments look great, everything like that. Music-wise, the music in this game is it works really nicely. It's kind of like DMC Devil May Cry in a sense, in the fact that they play some actual songs, not just background soundtrack music. They play actual songs which kind of heighten the tension and give the game the feel that it needs to in certain situations. There's also some orchestral stuff as well, so there's kind of a mixture of that stuff, and they all give the game a tone which I think the developers were going for. In terms of gameplay, it's essentially you hold 2 different weapons, and this can range between a pistol to any form of machine gun, to a heavy weapon, to a P90, to a rocket launcher, to a grenade launcher. There's a large amount of weapons that you can get in this game, and that you can use. One aspect of the game which is actually kind of interesting is the fact that during combat you can target an enemy and then send your 2 squad mates on basically an assignment to take down that person. So if you're being just shot up by a person and you're behind cover, you can request for your teammates to take out that person so you can start attacking people. That worked really well. I didn't use it as much as I probably needed to, but it worked really well for when I did. One extra thing about the gameplay is, as you progress throughout the story, if you go back to the main menu, you will see changes in the main menu based on where you last left off. You start out the game without any progress, and it's got the American flag. They got a citizen sitting at it, at kind of a fire, and then as you progress you see changes to this occur, and I won't really say what, but it's very interesting to see. Going into enjoyment now, I did actually really enjoy this game. I thought it was really well done. The story was really nice. Its ending, which I'll talk about after the credits, left me in kind of shock. I wasn't expecting the ending. One gripe I would say is that even on normal difficulty, it's really easy to die. Like, I found myself dying repeatedly in multiple situations, and that could be kind of frustrating when you're just trying to get through an area and you just keep getting slaughtered. It can be very frustrating. So keep that in mind as you play it. And then another aspect of the gameplay, which I forgot to mention, is the fact that throughout the game's story, there will be points where you have to make a choice. These choices don't really affect the storyline all that much. It's just kind of a different way to get to the same conclusion. And you get achievements or trophies for doing a different decision for each one. But I thought these were actually really cool. Kind of gave you a little bit of power over the story itself. And it just worked really well. But overall, I did enjoy Spec Ops The Line very much. I definitely recommend it if you like third-person action games or shooters or modern-day war games. This one has a lot of themes in it which really kind of hit home in terms of the enemies that you fight throughout this game and the different dynamics there and issues that are brought up throughout the game itself. That's my review. Like, favorite, comment, and subscribe if you so choose. I'd appreciate it immensely. Comment below on what you thought of Spec Ops The Line. I would love to hear your thoughts. And like I said before, I will be talking about the ending very shortly after the credits. So stay tuned for that. And as always, my good people, my name is Nick Pell. And once again, keep on gaming. And if you're still watching, you are here to see my thoughts on the ending to Spec Ops The Line. In Mission 13, we have Lugo. He dies. He gets hung by civilians. You see, after all of the things that Walker and Adams and Lugo, all the things that they have done in the pursuit of their mission now, you see the consequences, and you see that they're not really fighting anyone, and they have essentially become the bad guys in this game. They help to destroy all the water. They've been basically destroying the city as they've been going. And you really see these characters turn around as the game progresses. You see Walker, who starts out as the commander and the captain and is essentially knows what he has to do. As the game progresses and he becomes a little bit more unstable as events play out, especially the white phosphorus incident. That stuff takes a toll on a person, and he changes along with Adams and Lugo. Getting into the ending of the game, where Walker actually confronts Conrad and realizes that he's been talking to a ghost the whole time. This guy has been dead for 6 months at least, and basically to deal with all of the actions and justify the actions that Walker and his teammates have been doing, he has pinned all these things on Conrad, who he is hearing in his head and who he has seen in different visions throughout the game. He's pinning everything on this guy who he believes to be like the ultimate mastermind behind this dark plan that's going on, and it's just a really interesting thing to see. In terms of the endings, in terms you get to choose either let Conrad shoot you, or you shoot him and go to the epilogue. I like both endings and how they did this. And if this game gets made into a movie somehow, which I really hope it does, because the story is just phenomenal, I would love to see. They'll probably go with the ending where Walker shoots Conrad, but and goes into the epilogue. But in terms of the epilogue, I did both ways. I basically fully completed the game, and both options would be very interesting depending on where people want to go. Either you can give up your weapon as this new squadron of soldiers who have no knowledge of what's going on in Dubai. They show up, they ask you to put down your weapon, or so you have the option of putting down your weapon and surrendering to them and going home, basically, or you have the option of shooting them and either getting killed by them or killing them. And all three of these options are very interesting, and I think all 3 make for really good endings in different ways that you could put this character who has gone through so much and so many different things. Yeah, it's just really interesting, and it shows a lot of character progression and how far humanity will last, or how long humanity will last until it reaches its peak and it starts to descend a little bit. Those are my thoughts on the ending to the game. I really liked it. If you couldn't tell already, I really hope they make a movie out of this game, because it would be really, really good, I think, if they had the right actors and the right director and producers and everything, and made it really good. Yeah, like, favorite, comment, and subscribe if you so choose. I'd appreciate it immensely. Comment below on what ending you chose for Spec Ops: The Line and why you chose it. So, as always, my good people, my name is Nick Pell, and once again, keep on gaming.